Welcome back to React TCG, everybody. You know the drill by now. We're, coming at you with another 5 death battles. Starting to get into some of the good ones. I'm sure you guys, if you've been watching, you know. Up first for this episode, we've got Joker versus Sweet Tooth, DC versus Twisted Metal. I'm going with Joker. He's the clown prince of crime for a reason. He is Batman's greatest nemesis. Dude is the living embodiment of, or at least he tries to be the living embodiment of, one bad day equals my life. I don't know, Sweet Tooth has his mech, but I think Joker has got this. He fights superheroes and shit on the daily. Even if he's not fighting Batman, he goes up against the Justice League and stuff like that. Dude he's insane. He's the Joker. Alright. We're gonna get right into this. So, yeah, my vote's for Joker.
They visit you for birthday parties, cheer you up when you're sad, and probably also want to kill you.
Yep.
Clowns. The Joker, Gotham's jester of genocide.
And Sweet Tooth, the violent victor of Twisted Metal.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Gotham City, a vile breeding ground for criminals and crazy people.
In such a bleak city, it's important to look for humor wherever you can, even if it's during the act of murder. And no one gets more jollies out of ruthless felonies than the Joker.
I'm here, bitches! And I brought favors for everybody!
But before he became the clown prince of crime, who was he? A thief who accidentally got his pregnant wife killed? A mob boss who stabbed Batman's girlfriend? A petty thug in the wrong place at the wrong time? Nobody knows for sure, not even the Joker himself.
What we do know is that most likely at some point he fell into a vat of mysterious chemicals.
Also known as Jack, is approximately 40 years old, 6'5", 192 pounds, is a criminal mastermind, clinically insane, also known as the Red Hood, is the arch nemesis of Batman, and is the Iranian UN ambassador. Okay then.
And Batman was involved. However he came to be, from that moment on, his body and mind were altered forever.
With a new smile big enough to rival the Grinch, the Joker decided he'd make sure the whole world would share in his sick joke.
And what comedy act would be complete without a few wonderful toys?
This guy may like his pistols, machine guns, and explosives, but outside of that, his taste in weaponry is anything but simple.
Ow! My eye! Sucker!
Fucking Joker.
Like a true prankster gone mad, he carries razor-sharp
9mm long barrel gun, machine guns, Tommy gun is his favorite, bombs, rockets, and explosives, explosive toys, and fuse bombs, the Jester cane sword, Joker venom, and of course the classic acid flower.
playing cards, a gag flower filled with acid, an electric hand buzzer that goes a little too far.
But deadliest and most haunting of all is his trademark Joker venom, a deadly concoction which poisons its victims, forcing them into fits of laughter so uncontrollable that they suffocate and die while contorting their facial muscles into a nightmarish grin.
Yeah. Awful, awful fucking way to go. If you ever laughed too hard by, just because your friend or something said some really, really funny joke, you know sort of what this is like. You know, you're gasping for breath, your sides hurt, your mouth fucking hurts. You know, it feels like your cheeks are splitting. Imagine that, but literally being unable to stop. You know, eventually you can calm yourself down. This is, you know, cranked up to 11.
Talk about killing the audience!
Shut the fuck up, Boomstick.
Oh! Man, that shit looks dangerous to carry around.
Yeah.
Fortunately for the creepy clown, he's manufactured so much Joker venom over the years, repeated exposure has given him immunity to his own toxin. But the laughing gas isn't all that makes him a threat in battle.
Ta-da!
It's gone. He's a cunning strategist who screws with the minds of the sane and insane alike.
Best magic trick ever. Alrighty, has outsmarted Batman on several occasions, has infiltrated the Pentagon, beat Ra's al Ghul in chess, killed 12 League of Assassin ninjas, was able to beat Wonder Woman, survived dozens of explosions and falls, killed the second Robin. Yeah, dude, fuck that dude up. And is able to resist mind control.
He can whip up disguises so convincing that not even the world's greatest detective recognized him. And for a guy this lanky, he's also surprisingly great going fist to fist.
And like most heroes and villains who have been in the game since the 1940s, of course, he has his own car.
Look at that thing! God, I really need to get back to work on the Boomstick Mobile.
The Joker Mobile, as it's called, was built to compete with the legendary Batmobile.
It has mounted machine guns, a bulletproof exterior, and a lethal cannon up top that can spew missiles everywhere.
After so many years of terrorizing Gotham and beyond, the Joker has more than earned his role of sworn enemy to the Batman.
Hand-to-hand combatant, insanity can grant almost superhuman strength, is an excellent chemist, resistant to poison and gases, has a high tolerance to pain, is a master of disguise, a criminal strategist, and experienced in manipulating the sane and unsane and like.
Despite Batman's ludicrous skill and intellect, the Joker's forethought and planning has outsmarted Bats numerous times. In some cases, he's even gone hand-to-hand and held his own with the Cape Crusader.
Who was trained by ninjas?
He's outfoxed plenty of other heroes too, including Superman, whose brain can function thousands of times faster than humans like Joker.
He incapacitated Wonder Woman with just a puff of Joker venom, blew up Robin after viciously beating him with a crowbar, and when he tracked down Batgirl, well, let's put it nicely and say that she became handy-capable from that point on. And thanks to his own insanity, the Joker has stupidly
And did a lot of fucked up other shit, but yeah, let's just breeze past that.
high pain tolerance. The dude got a batarang lodged in his eye and was still running around laughing and shooting people. God damn! That's almost as bad as the time he had his own face cut off for giggles.
That's
way worse.
Ugh! He can certainly take the pain, but this sadistic psychopath is still no harder to kill than most of his victims.
He can die from certain poisons, neck snapping, being stabbed by Pirate Batman, getting bitten by Vampire Batman, and even just a good old-fashioned Superman high five.
Comic books are wild, dude. Fucking Pirate Batman and Vampire Batman. Also, shout out to Injustice, man. Played the crap out of both those games. Loved them. Comic wasn't bad too. Movie was eh. Especially the way they killed Flash off. Oh my god, you fucking kidding me?
But one thing remains certain. Having this clown show up for your party would make it one bad day. How far would you go to have your greatest wish granted? How much would you destroy to get your way?
Any extreme!
For those
He was ready for that fucking question, damn. Goddamn, dude.
How much would you destroy to get your way?
Any extreme!
For those willing to go to any extreme, the annual Twisted Metal contest is right up your alley.
In Twisted Metal, competitors smash vehicles into public property and each other, and that's when they're not shooting crazy shit like rockets and bombs all over the place. God, that'd be fun.
The insane lure of Twisted Metal attracts some of the most deranged and unstable minds in the world, including a clown with a flaming scalp, the driver of the infamous ice cream truck called Sweet Tooth.
aka Needle K.
Light 'em up, boys.
Before he was a scary serial killer driving a truck, Marcus Kane was a scary ice cream man driving a truck. And like
Real name Marcus Needles Kane, approximately 42 years old, 5'9", 185 pounds, killed approximately 1,000 people, and his best friend is a paper bag.
every ice cream man I know, Marcus had a serious evil split personality problem.
Trapped within his head, this sinister side desperately clawed for freedom, eventually forcing Marcus to finally give in and carve his new persona a face.
Oh, actually, while we're talking about this, sorry for cutting him off, I'll go back a bit. Twisted Metal. They did a TV show, right? On Paramount Plus. Let me know in the comments if you've watched it, if it's any good. I've been wanting to check it out. I just haven't gotten around to it. You know, maybe if I get some positive reviews, I'll move it up my list a bit. But yeah, it seems kind of cool.
Actually forcing Marcus to finally give in and carve his new persona a face. On that day, Marcus Kane died, and the rampage of Needles Kane began.
Needles spent his days murdering anyone he could find, including his own wife and child.
He prefers killing up close and as violently as possible with his giant serrated machete.
Which tons of people have been introduced to. They're dead now.
Signature machete, Molotov's rocket launcher, 12-gauge shotgun, chainsaw, and of course, landmines, because why the fuck not when you're already got all that shit?
By his own account, he slaughtered 1,000 people before he was finally arrested. It was here he was cursed by a preacher named Preacher to suffer the fires of hell, which apparently means having your head burst into flames forever.
Enraged, he busted out and was eventually found by a man named Calypso. See, Calypso was the one organizing the Twisted Metal tournament, and he thought Needles would be just perfect for it.
For Needles, winning Twisted Metal meant having any wish of his choosing granted. He could finally end the everlasting pain. Or have all the candy in the world, anything really. How could he say no?
Needles knew just the car that would take him to victory. Complete with tasty treats. His ice cream truck, the Sweet Tooth.
This modified Chevrolet step van is anything but what it appears to be, with its shocking maneuverability and durability.
Modified frickin' Chevrolet step van, specializes in armor and damage output. Damn, that's a lot of weapons. Dual Gatling guns, missiles, Laughing Ghost, Flight, Gatling gun, Sweet Bot transformation, the Sweet Slam, and the Laughing Death. And see, this is what I was talking about. He's got a crazy car and a crazy mech, but Joker is like a master manipulator. He's a master strategist, despite you would, not thinking that due to him being literally fucking insane. But, we'll see how things go. Like I said, I'm rooting for Joker.
Sweet Tooth is like a tank, capable of taking loads of damage without stopping.
The Sweet Tooth menu includes front-mounted spikes, Gatling guns, and homing ice cream cone missiles. And for the cherry on top, he blasts the explosive clown head from the roof as a homing weapon, which laughs and goes through walls. That's not enough, it transforms into a goddamn robot.
The Sweet Bot carries a massive multi-barrel Gatling gun, reinforced armor plating, and can even throw its own head like a grenade.
But the real beauty's in the Sweet Slam, an attack where the bot launches into the air with its jetpack and drops like a hammer with enough force to crush a whole building.
Sweet Tooth can take dozens of missiles and keep on trucking, but even without his wheels, Needles is one tough son of a bitch. He's strong enough to casually shatter reinforced windows, tough enough to take...
Won Twisted Metal numerous times, killed Calypso twice, murdered an entire hospital of people, once ran Twisted Metal, survived the electric chair, and escaped, strong enough to throw people out of reinforced windows.
Take a stab to the face.
And he even survived the electric chair. Doesn't that mean he gets to walk free? I read that on the internet.
No. Guys, this is why you can't just trust things you read on the internet, okay? You do not get to walk free if you survive the electric chair. Alright? They'll just try again. I mean, if that's even ever happened before, I don't even think it's possible to survive something like that.
At once.
No, first, that's a myth. Second, a person wouldn't be able to walk after getting blasted with over 2,000 volts of electricity, stopping their heart, burning their body, paralyzing their muscles, and melting their eyes. Unless you're Needles Kane, who broke out of the chair, killed everyone, and escaped.
See, this is why anytime I meet a clown, I take him out right away.
When has a clown ever done anything to you?
They've never had the chance.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah. If I saw a clown like Joker, or Sweet Tooth here, or fucking like Pennywise, bro, I am taking zero chances. I am hitting you first. I'm hitting you with everything I've got. Alright, I am not holding back at all, because I am not taking the chance of being this guy. Like, this dude's about to fucking die.
Who's laughing now, Chuggles?
Dead.
But Needles is by no means unkillable, and Calypso has played him for a fool more times than not. Like when he wished to find his missing daughter so he could kill her, and wound up trapped and suffocating in her coffin. Underground. Because she was already dead.
Dumbass.
Still, it just goes to show, Needles and his sweet tooth will do anything it takes to get the kill.
What have you done with my son?
Oh. He just scooped out that
Fucking
man's
clowns.
eyeballs.
Alright, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, it's time for some book learning.
Weird. Ad. Audible ad? Okay. Damn, that was pretty long. Alright, time for a death battle, guys. Fucking scary ass clown edition.
And then books.
I like the model, but not really my color.
It's perfect.
Motherfucker.
Ooh, like taking candy from a baby.
What?
Let's get wild.
Roadkill! Roadkill! You hear me?
Damn. That.
Ooh, so many buttons. Eeny, meeny, miny. All of them. What's this one do? Boop. Best button ever! Really? Can't just let a guy have his fun. Okay. Let's go.
Here I come, Scrawny.
Oh, he's gonna do the thing from the Dark Knight.
All right, let's see it.
He's gonna do the fucking thing from the Dark Knight.
Come and get it, tough guy. You miserable excuse for a clown. Come on. Come on. Boom.
Nice.
Ooh, excuse me. I want to drive. foil.
Shut up and bleed, you mother...
Classic fucking Joker, man.
Oh, my bleed. Oh, can't take a joke.
It's just
Can
fucking
you,
with
big
it.
guy? Okay, that's funny.
Yeah. This is it.
Oh,
This is where he's gonna win. I can tell. Just, this is a classic death battle setup. Looks like he's done for. He's gonna win. He's gonna fucking trick him, or he's got a bomb or something.
okay. Let's talk about this. Killing someone from inside a tin can. That's no fun. The cold of their skin, the blankness of their eyes, the reveal of who they really are. It's so much better when you savor all the little emotions. Right?
Right. I want to see you bleed. I want to watch you die.
Just one more lesson. Capiche? The best kind of punchline is the one you don't see coming.
Got your ass, bitch.
What is this? Die, 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 die.
You fucking got you.
KO! Oh, come on. It wasn't that funny.
Both
It was
clowns
kinda
were
funny.
skilled in combat, but Joker's superior tactics and unpredictable weaponry gave him the leg up he needed.
When you have a toxic gas so deadly it can take out the entire Justice League, all the Joker needed was one opportunity to use it.
And despite his lanky frame, the Joker can take a lot of punishment, and he's good enough to survive hand-to-hand combat with Batman.
Hell, he's smart enough to trick Batman and even manipulate the incorruptible Superman into being pawns in his schemes.
As opposed to Needles, whose mental capacity is limited to just one thing.
Murder, murder, and more murder with a dash of ice cream.
The Joker has plenty of experience
somehow-
manipulating the minds of
Dash of ice cream, which he somehow also uses for murder.
With a dash of ice cream.
The Joker has plenty of experience manipulating the minds of homicidal maniacs. In fact, many people like Needles have wound up in Joker's game. It was only a matter of time before he made his opportunity to use the Joker Venom.
Joker wasn't clowning around in this gas of a fight that had us on pins and needles.
We should really put you on a limit.
Oh, come on, Wiz. Those puns were sweet.
The winner is the Joker.
Well, that was fun. Who's for Chinese?
I feel like that's exactly how the Joker would handle that. Well, I just killed that guy. You want some fucking Chinese food? That guy was a fucking awful clown. Alright, next up, we got another Pokemon death battle. Mewtwo VS Shadow. I'm going with Mewtwo. He's a legendary Pokemon. One of the strongest psychic types in the world, if not the strongest. 2 forms of Mega Evolution, if they allow him to do that. Actually, no, can Mewtwo... Hold on. And Mewtwo Mega Evolve without a trainer. Okay. Yeah, during the 16 movie, Mewtwo is reported to have Mega Evolved without a trainer. So theoretically, he should be able to Mega Evolve then, which gives him access to 2 different Mega forms. Meanwhile, Shadow's got Chaos stuff, but like, I don't know. Shadow doesn't have a good track record. He battled before against Vegeta, right? Fucking ended up dead. Pretty sure that was a battle that happened. Let me see here. Did I pass it? Or was it really back this far? Yeah, Vegeta versus Shadow. I think Mewtwo is probably going to win this.
With Death Battle, our combatants are always extraordinary in one way or another, whether they're a superhero or a plumber.
But these two are literally built to show up the rest of their kind. Mewtwo, the genetically engineered Pokemon.
And Shadow the Hedgehog, the ultimate life form.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a Death Battle. Years
Hold
ago.
on. Sorry, I gotta.
And
that
it's
again.
our job to analyze.
Shadow is just giving Sonic the fucking, like, 50-piece combo right here, man.
Their weapons, armor, and skills to
Damn. Just fucking him up.
find out who would win a Death Battle. Years ago, a brilliant scientist named Dr. Fuji was working to create a brand new life form which would change the world.
That's great and all, but he had something else in mind.
Fuji hoped his experiments would help him discover a way to resurrect the person he cherished most, his deceased daughter, Amber.
With unlimited resources funded by mob money, he figured out how to clone his daughter's ball of consciousness.
Okay.
Because science!
But before he could finish, he had to create the most powerful Pokemon, a clone of the legendary Mew.
And he named him Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Terrible naming. I mean, come on. Like, by now it's a classic, you know, but God, can you imagine being the guy, like, you're sitting in a boardroom and everybody's like, alright, well, we just cloned Mew, what do we call him? And some guy just stands up and goes, Mewtwo. Like, really? Come on.
Fuji wasn't very creative when it comes to naming, but when you can create a new life form with nothing but a fossilized eyelash, you know you're a master of genetic engineering. A field I'd love to get more experience in myself.
Told you 1,000 times, Wiz, you're not gonna alter my DNA.
Bro was like 100% ready for that. Instantly knew what Wiz was talking about.
What are you talking about? I would never do that.
Always watching, Wiz. Always.
Growing up in a test tube, Mewtwo's only companions were Fuji's other test subjects, including Amber herself, through some sort of psychic link.
Amber taught Mewtwo about the sun, the moon, tears, and, you know, life stuff. Oh, and also death when she died for good right in front of him.
Worrying this may be too mentally traumatic for the still infant Mewtwo, Dr. Fuji's team erased all memory of her. Unfortunately, this left Mewtwo with a feeling of loss and confusion, and no memories to explain why.
With nothing else to do, Mewtwo decided to take out all his aggression on all of humanity. And then he turned some stupid kid into stone, a bunch of Pokemon cried, and Mewtwo figured out humans aren't so bad after all.
Mewtwo is one of the most powerful Psychic-type Pokemon. Defeating
Fucking Alakazam just got fucked. 6'7", 269 pounds. Psychic type. Has the abilities Pressure, which forces foes to exert more energy than normal, and Unnerve, which stops them from eating. Birthday is apparently February 6th. Clone from Mew's DNA, specifically his eyelash. Enjoys racing bird Pokemon, and appeared on Real World Currency. Wait, for real? Oh, okay. Like this kind of shit. Okay.
its foes with the power of its mind.
Alright, wait a minute. You keep calling him it. Is Mewtwo a guy or girl?
Neither. I mean, technically his voice is masculine, but technically he doesn't have a gender.
Neither. Technically it's genderless.
Oh. How does it bang?
It doesn't.
Bummer. Well, one thing's for sure. It's got balls. Of ghost energy that blow holes in stadiums. Had an onslaught of undodgeable stars, multiple types of defensive shields, and a healing ability.
Psychic, Psycho Cut, Shadow Ball, Counter, Recover, which shields 50% of his maximum HP. That's another reason I think he's got a leg up. He can heal. I don't think Shadow's capable of healing himself. Side Strike, Aura Spear, and Hyper Beam, which requires a brief rest after use.
For when those shields don't quite cut it.
Alongside its other
Mention Recover again. Power Swap and Guard Swap spots up offensive and defensive stats with foe. Probably won't be doing that because I feel like his stats are better than Shadow's. Disable renders one of the foe's moves unusable. Ooh, nice. Safeguard prevents status ailments. Psych Up copies any changes made to their opponent's stats. Oh, nice. So if he gets a boost, he can copy it. And increases his defense with Barrier.
abilities, Mewtwo's favorite move is Psychic, a powerful form of telekinesis. With it, Mewtwo can effortlessly send enemies as heavy as a 500-pound Onix flying through the air.
He can even make himself fly like a Zubat out of hell.
Also, it can augment its melee combat with psychic energy or occasionally a massive spoon.
Would you say he sometimes spoons his enemies?
No, nothing about Mewtwo is cuddly, especially when it uses Hyper Beam or Psy Strike, attacks so strong they can incapacitate the toughest of Pokemon in a single hit.
And when trouble comes in...
Pokemon Tournament is great, man. Good game. Good fighting game for Pokemon anyway.
Knockin', Mewtwo answers the door with a badass Mega Evolution.
Mewtwo is one of the few Pokemon capable of Mega Evolving without the assistance of a trainer. As Mega Mewtwo
So glad I looked that up just for them to answer my question fucking 3 minutes into the video.
Y, it gains enormous boosts in strength, defense, and speed.
Alrighty. Mega Mewtwo Y. Comes 4'11", 72.8 pounds. Damn, it gets small. Type Psychic. New ability is Insomnia, which prevents it from being put to sleep. Increases attack, special defense, and speed. Right. So it becomes like a freaking speedster character.
Making Mewtwo powerful enough to fly into space while carrying a robot bug monster.
Fast enough to breach escape velocity over 25,000 miles per hour, over 32 times the speed of sound.
So, really, really fast.
Mewtwo is so skilled in its psychic prowess, it can wipe specific memories from dozens of people at once.
On top of all that, it can survive a massive amount of abuse, like the time it got double impaled by an alien Pokemon.
Damn, man, the fucking... For those of you that don't know, the manga of Pokemon, guys. Brutal as shit. Look at this. Literally impaled. There's a scene where an Arbok gets literally sliced in half by like a Charmeleon, if I remember right. Just uses cut and slices that motherfucker in half. It's crazy, and I'm pretty sure this is like the closest to like how the Pokemon universe is supposed to actually be. Not the anime, not the games. They're too kiddie. It's supposed to be like this, where it's brutal and dangerous and shit, man. Anyway, he flew into space, tanked a fire blast from Red Charizard, defeated Boa, Deoxys, Articuno, and Giovanni, halted the Tree of Life's descent to Sun. Okay. Created a planet-destroying storm. Yeah, he did that in the first movie, right? Teleported a 92 billion gallon lake. Caught Aerodactyl's Hyper Beam. Erased dozens of memories at once, and sliced a building in half with a spoon.
Tentacles. Didn't they censor that?
It effortlessly defeated most of the Pokemon Champions team, including a legendary Articuno. It also teleported an entire crater lake from the top of Mount Cana. This lake is comparable to a similar body of water in the real world, Lake Kilauea, which holds over 385 million tons of water.
Wow! That's almost enough power to lift my ex-wife on buffet day.
Being a psychic Pokemon, Mewtwo is naturally weak to bug, ghost, and dark-type damage. Strange Dr. Fuji didn't pull that code out of his DNA, but whatever.
Hey, you gotta have some sort of failsafe when you're making the world's most powerful Pokemon.
Ah, yes, the ultimate failsafe against the most powerful psychic Pokemon. Bugs!
Oh, God, it's a Caterpie! Get it away, it's spooky!
Okay, no. See, the reason it would be that, like, for it being weak to Ghost and Dark. Okay, sorry. If we go by the original, anime and stuff for Dark Pokemon existed when they actually created this thing. Ghost, it being weak to gives it a disadvantage, true, but there were not a lot of Ghost Pokemon, and they were all weak to Psychic types, because they were also part Poison. But having it be weak to Bugs, as a failsafe, like lore-wise, if you're thinking about it, freaking makes sense. Bugs are everywhere. You know what I mean? Go catch a bunch of Butterfree and Pinsir and Scyther and stuff. You might be able to overwhelm it. You know what I mean? The Scythers go in with their speed, swinging their sides. Butterfrees try to slow it down with stuff like Sleep Powder and Stun Powder, and try to poison it with like Poison Powder. Then have Pinsers try to grab it and slow it down. Beedrills for extra attack if you want. Like it makes more sense than you would think on paper.
I was not born a Pokemon, I was created. And my creators have used and betrayed me. So, I stand alone.
Years ago, a brilliant scientist named Professor Gerald Robotnik, the grandfather of Sonic's forever balding nemesis, worked to create a new life form which would change the world.
It was called Project Shadow, a covert government operation to discover the secret to immortality. Besides, like diet and exercise, because fuck that.
Yeah.
In Professor Gerald's case, specifically for his granddaughter Maria, who was dying as a result of neuroimmune deficiency syndrome.
Now that I think about it, Project Shadow is a pretty scary name for a program that's all about curing diseases and saving humanity.
Maybe it has something to do with the program's secret pact with a hive mind alien race called the Black Arms. Perhaps.
Huh.
Okay. So what do you get when you take immortality, the cure of all diseases, aliens, and put them all together to make the ultimate life form? You
Shadow.
get a hedgehog.
Shadow the Hedgehog was the first step toward a perfect future. And during his time in Gerald's space laboratory, Shadow and Maria grew very close.
Until they were separated by a bullet.
3'3", 77.2 pounds, is apparently the ultimate life form, possesses Black Arms DNA. Agent of Guns Team Dark. Officially likes nothing. Ambidextrous. Somehow often mistaken for Sonic. Bro, they are not even the same color. And is a total edgelord. Yep.
Turns out the governments of the world weren't too fond of all the evil alien business, so they stormed the place, captured Shadow, and killed Maria right in front of him. 50 years later, Shadow escaped and decided to take his revenge by just killing everyone. Until he remembered Maria's last words were pretty much, "Don't be a dick," so he changed his mind.
Now on the side of good, Shadow dedicated himself to protecting the world from the forces of evil.
Turns out fighting the bad guys isn't too hard when you've got super strength, super speed, helped along by some awesome rocket shoes, and a bucket of deadly chaos powers.
By channeling the potentially unlimited power of the Chaos Emerald,
Hover boots, spin dash, super speed, heightened strength, superhuman durability, and chaos powers, which is chaos control, chaos spears, chaos blast, sphere of light, and shadow heal. Oh, it can heal. Okay.
Shadow can enhance physical attacks, heal over time, and strike with powerful energy blasts. And with
Oh, it's heal over time, though. That is... Heal over time is worse than just a heal, which is what recover is. You know what I mean? If you have to heal over time, it like it says in the name, it takes time. If, you know, Kichigo's Mega Form Y, which is all about speed, Shadow might not have that time to heal.
the power of chaos control, he can warp through space and distort time, slowing it down to a crawl, or with enough power, freezing it completely.
He's got so much power, he can only contain it all with 2 inhibitor rings around his wrists. Unless he gets all 7 Chaos Emeralds, which he can use to transform into a Super Saiyan Shadow. Super Shadow, yeah. As Super Shadow, he is completely invulnerable, can move at the speed of light, and has unlimited access to the power of the Chaos.
Yeah, so see, this might be where he could make a difference. You know, massive power increase, unlimited chaos energy, automatic flight, unlimited endurance, apparently invincible, only lasts 50 seconds, but still, you know, all that stuff alone could be enough to tip the scales in his favor, but the fact that it's only 50 seconds, you know, I don't know if he can beat Mewtwo in 50 seconds. Can access his full power when his rings are removed, and requires all 7 Chaos Emeralds to form.
Chaos Emeralds.
Enough power to stop the space colony Ark's collision with Earth, and to teleport a giant comet the size of a city. Assuming this rock is half hollow and using the density of concrete as minimum base, this black comet must weigh at least 915 million tons.
Even without his super form, Shadow is powerful enough to wipe out an entire alien fleet in one blast, fast enough to reach hypersonic speeds, and strong enough to play tug-of-war with a giant space monster who is so big he
Survived falling to Earth from space, teleported the Black Comet, has bested Sonic in combat, froze time around an entire planet, can skydive without a parachute, survived an attack from whatever the fuck that says, I think Mephiles, defeated Double Doom, Black Death, Metal Sonic, Solaris, and Final Hazard. Also took out an entire Meta-Rex fleet.
uses a planet a tenth the size of our moon as a chair. Naturally, when you've got spades, and strong enough to play tug-of-war with a giant space monster who is so big, he uses a planet a tenth the size of our moon as a chair. Naturally, when you've got this much power, you're probably a cocky dick.
Yes, Shadow is excessively overconfident in his abilities. Also, he has a terrible memory.
This guy's spent most of his life wondering who the hell he is. And even when he does remember, he usually winds up losing his memories later anyway. To be fair, if I fell from outer space and all I lost were my memories, I'd consider it a really good day. I mean, I lose them from just falling over at the bar.
That's probably not because of the fall. Also, we can't forget that the Super Shadow form only lasts so long.
Then again, when you move at light speed and have control over space and time, who cares about time limits?
Not usually a problem for the ultimate life form.
Many years ago, Professor Gerald Robotnik endowed me with the power of chaos control. A normal creature like yourself doesn't stand a chance against me.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a dead battle!
You are not welcome here. Leave this place.
What's your problem, freak?
I know not its name, but it is black, red, and very annoying.
Damn. That was fucking... You just burned your ass with fucking Shadow. Damn, man. Bro is just playing with him.
This'll stop you!
Another gem? What's he doing?
Chaos!
I must know. No!
Control!
And time for a super form. It's only gonna last 50 seconds. Better make it count.
Ha ha ha! Good try, monster, but you're done!
Too much!
Hey, go balls. Yeah.
Chaos!
Not this time.
Control!
What do you do?
Maria. Wait, where am I? Oh my god, I'm glowing! Why am I glowing?
Sayonara.
Oh. One way to kill a hedgehog.
You know, Wiz, when we started Death Battle, I don't think we ever expected to see someone die by spoon.
Yeah, Shadow may have had the
That's actually fair. I don't think I ever expected to see anyone die by spoon either.
advantage in pure speed and power, but this time, Rain defeated Brawn.
Mewtwo got the rundown on all Shadow's abilities simply by reading his mind, giving it the knowledge it needed to counter or avoid crazy powers like Chaos Control.
Ultimately, there was nothing really stopping Mewtwo from just taking over Shadow's mind, and its impressive durability and healing power bought it enough time to do so.
Pretty hard to win a fight when your opponent can make you forget what you're doing and who you are in an instant.
Shadow has been mind controlled before, and has always relied on outside help to recover. Even while Super Shadow was physically invulnerable, this form didn't protect his mind. Like that time he fell from space, and then the worst game ever happened.
Yeah, Shadow was gonna lose, sooner or later.
The winner is Mewtwo.
Damn, that's 2 losses for Shadow. Lost to Vegeta and lost to Mewtwo. Alright, up next. Ooh. This is a special one. This is like a Rooster Teeth special. or Rooster 2 special or whatever. Red versus Blue was it their first show? I don't know if it was their first show, but it was something that got really popular, guys. Like, it even ended up being on Netflix and stuff like that. I don't know I honestly, I've seen some of it, but I do not know who these two characters are. Meta versus Caroline. I saw, like, some early videos and stuff, because my buddy was into it. So it was like, it was just the stuff in the canyon. Like, the actual Red versus Blue teams. Anyway, let's see what the I'm so curious what this ad or whatever is, so we might watch this for a bit. Let's check this out. Okay, so that's why they did it. Yes, so it was like a Rooster Teeth thing. They were doing Summer of Animation. See, here we go. Blue, red, like, this is the kind of stuff I remember, like, just the classic stuff.
Who would win in a fight? Now, if that's not the most popular question asked around Project Freelancer, I don't know what is. Oh, no, wait. It'd probably be, hey, where do these AI keep coming from? Or, have you noticed that we're looking pretty evil lately? Anyway, there's been plenty of action-packed punch-outs and kick-ass karate matches over the years, but we never really saw a matchup between two of our heaviest hitters, Carolina and the Meta. Let's see if we can do something about that.
Hold on, what did that say? Dawn of Awesome.
Hey.
Yeah?
You ever wonder who'd win in a fight between Carolina and the Meta?
No.
See, this is what I was talking about. This is the kind of stuff I saw, where it was just kind of them standing around in the canyon, red and blue teams talking to each other, fucking with the other team.
Only hopeless nerds on the internet care about that kind of crap.
Yeah? Why do you think I'm asking you? Come on, picture it. It'd be totally badass.
Well, yeah, I guess. Carolina would definitely win, though.
Bullshit. You're just picking her because you're scared of girls. Meta's way scarier. He threw a warthog at me.
Oh, I didn't realize scariness was the deciding factor in a fight to the fucking death. Genius.
There.
Hey, Reds! What are you talking about? Oh, Griff was just asking what would happen if Carolina and Meta fought. By who? One another. Another who? What?
What? Just ignore it.
Oh, you mean death battle. I mean, sure. Oh, awesome! Hang on, I know some smart people that can help. Be right back!
Just get caught with a boomstick.
Do you have any idea what he's talking about?
No, but I do know that you're still fucking wrong.
Okay, I'm back.
That was fast.
Yep, I call Command and they get two of their best scientists fighting people to help us. Their best. Really?
Yep.
And that's how you write your name in Bookshot. Alright, enough screwing around. We've got a job to do. Oh, fine.
I think you're forgetting that Command's best is just a step up from incompetent.
They sent us Donut.
I rest my case.
Introducing Cheese and Boomstick! It's Whiz and Boomstick.
Wow, those are the dumbest names I've ever heard.
Fuck you.
Franklin Delano Donut.
And I retract my previous statement.
Yeah? Well, you've got the dumbest face I've ever seen.
I thought you were supposed to be smart. I'm wearing a helmet.
Oh my god, me too! Alright, so how you guys do this? You just, like, draw names out of a hat? Cast some chicken bones around? It's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win
a death battle.
Why did you say it like that? Just watch.
He said it like that because you asked him how he does his job or whatever. You want to know, doesn't pull his names out of a hat or throw some chicken bones around. He analyzes their weapons, skills, and armor. Find out who would win a death battle.
Before there was Red versus Blue, there was Project Freelancer. The Freelancers were highly trained soldiers with experimental weaponry and a mission so secret, not even they knew what it was.
Kinda stupid in hindsight, but these were true soldiers. The biggest and strongest of them all was Agent Maine.
Maine was the muscle of the team, relying on his brute strength, wrestling style,
Codename Agent Main. Assigned AI Sigma. Freelancer ranking 7th. Mute due to a throat injury, like Bumblebee. Prefers Eva and QCB armor. Sorry, CQB armor. Aggressive, devious, and sociopathic. Extremely brutal when angered. Feel like he's gonna lose. He feels like more like a berserker rage kind of guy. And I'm guessing the other one's probably the opposite, probably like strategist.
And his unwavering ferocity to intimidate and crush his foes.
While he likes carrying an M6G Magnum
M374 Hephaestus combat suit, M6G Magnum pistol, magazine 8 rounds, range 152 feet, Type 25 grenade launcher, maximum ammunition is 18 grenades, developed by the Covenant. 8 artificial intelligence fragments, Sigma, Eta, Iota, Omega, Gamma, Beta, Theta, and Delta. Okay.
Pistol into battle, he really likes a certain alien grenade launcher he stole. The Type 25 grenade launcher, aka the Brute Shot. I mean, seriously, look at this thing. It's got a blade and can fire up to 4 rounds in 3 seconds. Let's test that, shall we?
Hey, that's mine! Give it back!
Well, in conclusion, I love this thing. So the guy was a badass fighter. Too bad Project Freelancer ended up turning him into a monster.
Long story short, the director of Project Freelancer received a rare artificial intelligence for testing.
The director imagined an army of super soldiers paired with AIs, but he could only get the one.
Being the resourceful scientist he was, the director decided to torture the AI, forcing it to separate its raw emotions into multiple personalities to save itself. These personalities were captured as individual AI fragments and paired with different freelancers. Trust me, that's science.
Maine was given Sigma, the AI fragment representing ambition and creativity. And apparently being creative means you're fucking evil.
Desperate to gather his fellow AI fragments and reform into a perfect AI, Sigma manipulated and brainwashed Maine, turning him into the murdering psychopath known as the Meta.
The Meta went on a rampage, betraying his fellow freelancers and stealing their AIs. He was like the Predator, but bigger, meaner, and with tons of overpowered equipment.
His domed energy shield creates a nigh-impregnable force field.
It can block
active camouflage, adaptive camouflage, bioscan, domed energy shield, enhanced motion tracker, overshield, super strength, temporal distortion, and a voice manipulator. But I thought you couldn't talk, so that even mattered.
Bullets, explosions, and even shells from tanks. Allow us to demonstrate. Here's Griff inside an energy shield.
Yeah, so?
And here's a tank operated by Caboose.
And what could go wrong? Oh, shit. Fire in the hole, 8-1!
Let's try that again, Blue Buddy.
Yes, sir, Captain Touchpad. Huh? Wait, it ran out of...
Now, if the energy shield had been there, Griff would have been fine.
Wow. Science is fun. I've said it for years.
As if that weren't enough, the Meta's active camouflage turns him practically invisible. His strength boost enhancement grants him, well, super strength. And most impressively, his temporal distortion device can slow time to a crawl.
He can turn invisible and stop time? This guy sounds unstoppable.
Unfortunately, running so much equipment alongside so many AI fragments consumes a lot of power. But that hasn't stopped him from killing several freelancers and stealing 7 other AIs.
Not to mention, the dude can take a hit and keep on going, even when that hit is taking 9
30 plus confirmed kills, survived 9 shots to the throat, killed an armored soldier in 1 punch, lifted in through a Warthog vehicle, survived machine gun fire and missiles, defeated North Dakota, Texas, and Washington, assaulted Freelancer Command Headquarters single-handedly, and survived 4 shotgun shells point blank.
Not to mention, the dude can take a hit and keep on going, even when that hit is taking 9 shots point blank to the neck. Man, and I thought my voice made my throat hurt. No wonder he never talks.
The only thing that could stop him was when a couple of idiots stabbed him in the chest, tied him to a car, and threw that car off a cliff into the freezing ocean.
But let's be fair, Wiz. That's a pretty fucking hardcore way to go.
Those were the guys that were talking about this, weren't they? I mean, I can see why would you think the meta would win if you guys beat the meta?
Hey, wait a minute. Where'd you get all this footage? Have you been spying on us? Don't worry about it.
Leading the troops of Project Freelancer,
Don't worry about it.
You don't ask questions you don't want the answer to, guys.
Leading the troops of Project Freelancer, Agent Carolina was supposedly the best of the best. She commanded the team through many successful missions, mastered several martial arts.
First name unknown, last name Church. Daughter to Dr. Leonard and Allison Church. Age 34, freelancer ranking 2nd, alright. Former AI. Oh, she had Eta, Iota, and Sigma, all of which are controlled by Meta now. Ambidextrous. What about all these people being ambidextrous, man? Prefers rogue and recon armor. That's not good. Confident, caring, and daring, and has an inferiority complex. Starting to root a little bit for Meadow. Let's see what kind of feats and gear she's got.
And her top spot on the leaderboard seemed untouchable.
Until a mysterious stranger showed up out of the blue and ruined everything. But we'll get to that later. Carolina carries a wider variety of weapons than most freelancers. Over the course of her career, she's favored the standard Magnum pistol.
Humbler stun device, grappling hook gun, M6G Magnum pistol with... No, we already went over this. 8 rounds, 152 feet. Same pistol that the Meta's got. BR-55 heavy barrel service rifle with 36 rounds and is able to fire single shot or 3-shot burst. Has the Epsilon Art AI, fragment of the Alpha AI, and can possess others. Wonder if it could possess. I mean, he's used to having a bunch of AIs, so maybe it couldn't possess him. I guess we'll see. But I'm thinking so far I'm thinking Meta's got this.
Dual plasma rifles, a grappling hook which can operate in outer space, a humbler stun device which is basically a shock baton, and a long-range BR-55 battle rifle. It's not as flashy as a shotgun, but it's got an impressive range of over 3,000 feet.
Ow! Why me?
It just feels right.
Like many other freelancers, Carolina also possesses an AI companion. Several, actually, but for this matchup, we'll be focusing on the time she spent with Epsilon, the memory of the original Alpha AI that...
I'm only focusing on one specific area. So you're supposed to take them, like, current, at their best type deal.
Director fragmented. It's also known as Church. Like the other AI fragments, Epsilon experiences time 205 times slower than a human being, and therefore drastically speeds up Carolina's thoughts and reaction time.
Too bad he's kind of an asshole. And by kind of, I mean that's basically his thing.
Guys, I'm an asshole.
In her post-freelancer career, Carolina made it her mission to track down as much experimental armor equipment as possible. And let me tell you, she did a pretty damn good job. Like Maine, she managed to acquire the domed energy shield, but also picked up adaptive...
Alrighty, active camouflage, adaptive camouflage, bioscan, domed energy shield, ooh, EMP, that could be helpful. Grav boots, a healing unit, and speed boost, alright. Starting to lean in your favor. See what kind of feats you got.
Camouflage, a speed boost, and a healing unit.
Unfortunately, just one AI fragment isn't enough to run all of this equipment at once. In battle, if Carolina's not careful, she can accidentally push Epsilon too far and essentially short-circuit him.
Yeah, for a leader, she's kind of hot-headed and super competitive. Like when Agent Texas joined the freelancer crew and started showing her up, Carolina started making a lot of stupid mistakes.
There's a lot going on here. Turns out the director was Carolina's father all along, and Tex was actually the AI fragment memory of his deceased wife. meaning Carolina's greatest rival for her father's approval was actually her own mother.
What the fuck? I can't even say comics or cartoons or anything are weird on this case. I mean, they made this. They created this backstory. What the fuck, guys?
What? You're making that up. You guys didn't know that? Where have you been? Pay attention.
Yeah, seriously, guys, it's like super obvious.
Huh. Suddenly everything makes a lot more sense. Fuck, dude. Remember when all we used to do was stand around and talk? Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Good times. Good times. Ow! Still love this thing.
Regardless, Carolina is one tough woman. She's defeated several other...
Alright, defeated dozens of text clones, discovered the director's secret location, led the freelancer team, dodged point-blank shots, saved Chorus from Civil War, defeated Yorick, Sharkface, Felix, and Locust, and blocked a nuclear explosion. Alright, I think maybe she can win this.
Freelancers, saved an entire planet from Civil War, and once blocked the shockwave of a nuclear explosion.
G and Epsilon were even skilled enough to track down dear old Dad after he went into hiding, just to help him kill himself. Jeez,
wow.
That got dark real fast.
Yeah.
Are you?
I'm your true warrior.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death.
Alright, yeah, so they both sound pretty impressive, just going by what I just heard and the fact that I know literally nothing else. I'm thinking the fact that Carolina or whatever has a better head on her shoulders and more of a sane mind. I think that's gonna be what wins this. This guy is like, he doesn't even seem like he's a person anymore. He's a mindless attack dog for AI pieces.
Battle! Yeah!
Time. Oh, yeah, just 0.03 milliseconds too slow. Looks like I'm picking the movie tonight.
Ugh. Can it not be another garbage action movie?
Oh, come on, they're hilarious. Everyone talks in one-liners and the plot's non-existent. It's like the characters are just there to beat the shit out of each other.
Yep.
What is it?
I think we're about to have company.
Name?
Not exactly.
The last one.
Take it.
Okay, if we win, you can totally pick the movie. Not working!
I can see that.
Then do something. Man, he was a fucking, he was a fucking beast. Ain't this shit. Classic mistake. You gotta aim where they're going, not where they've been.
I'm on it. Scanning. Your left.
damn it. Yeah, get it. Oh, oh. Hand to hand is not gonna work. Get distant. Ooh. Shit, come on.
Church, I need armor enhancement.
Which ones?
All of them.
That doesn't seem like a good idea. Huh? Shit.
Oh no. Oh.
Damn it! Okay. Focusing on the healing unit. I got you. Carolina, can you hear me?
Shit, come on. Don't lose. Yeah.
Got him!
Nice shit.
Okay, seriously? What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh damn. Come on.
Hey, wait! Hey, hold up. Hey, so I know you're about to pummel her ginger face in and all, but you also only talk in grunts, so I'm just gonna say this one line for you, okay? Just this one time. Oh! Son of a bitch!
KO!
Yeah.
Church,
Yeah?
no action movies.
Okay, that was a pretty good death battle. I got right into that one. That was a pretty good one.
Holy shit! I know!
Yeah.
He did not even have a head under his helmet! He was a ghost the whole time! I told you! Like Bruce Willis.
Bullshit! Meta's stronger. He should have won. Not true, Griff. As the freelancer leaderboard proves, strength isn't everything.
Carolina's mastery of martial arts let her hold her own, and her use of equipment allowed her to match and even counter the metas. He may have gained an upper hand with his temporal distortion, but Carolina's healing unit quickly repaired damage done during the attack.
Even though the meta had all that powerful equipment, it drained his suit's energy way too fast. Carolina tried to use all of her equipment at once and failed. Luckily, she had Epsilon to change tactics and focus on recovery.
Which brings us to what is perhaps the most important factor of the fight, the
Yeah.
relationship between Freelancer and artificial intelligence. The meta was brainwashed and manipulated by 8 different AI,
Yeah.
effectively filling his head with an unintelligible mess of voices and commands. In contrast, Carolina and Epsilon worked together as partners with a mutual trust, both capable of making judgment calls to make up for each other's weaknesses.
Whatever. I still say it should have been a meta. Says the guy who can't tell the difference between a car and a puma. I can tell the difference. It was a matter of comparison.
The meta just couldn't get ahead of his competition.
The winner is Agent Carolina.
Yeah. I made a good guess there then. That was a pretty good fight though. I'll give him that. Ooh, another pretty good one. Oh, actually I like these next couple. I don't remember the full outcomes, but I remember some of the fight like clips or whatever. Shush, wait your turn. Alright, so we got Cammy versus Sonya. Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat. Yeah, you know me. I usually go, Mortal Kombat. I mean, at least if you've been watching, you know that. I'm not a big Street Fighter guy. I like the games, they're okay. I've always been more of a Mortal Kombat guy. But honestly, from what I know about Sonya and what I know about Cammy, I think Cammy might have this. I feel like she's stronger than Sonya. But it should be an interesting fight regardless because they're both pretty similar. It's not always that the characters are always similar in like tactics and fighting style and stuff. It's usually more like they've got a common theme. Mewtwo and Shadow are both created beings. Joker and Sweet Tooth are both clowns. But here, they match up pretty well.
Mystical ninjas, evil sorcerers, gods. Tournaments these days seem to attract all sorts, don't they?
And yet there's always a few seemingly ordinary people brave enough, or stupid enough, to step into the ring.
Like Cammy White, Street Fighter's assassin turned British secret agent.
And Sonya Blade.
Every time it's two chicks fighting. Come on, Boomstick. You gotta keep in your pants, man.
The Special Forces General of Mortal Kombat.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. For most of her life, Cammy White was a pawn of the evil Shadowloo crime syndicate run by the wannabe dictator M. Bison.
I don't know about pawn. She was his top bodyguard, so basically a lot more important. Maybe more like one of those horsey pieces.
Like a knight?
Who the fuck made that art? What the shit?
No, Wiz, the horse that moves like an L.
Yeah, the knight. The horse that moves like an L is a knight. He was right, Boomstick. You fucking idiot.
Come on, learn your chess. You're supposed to be smart.
Not only was she Bison's top bodyguard, but also the leader of...
Full name, Cammy White. Height, 5'4", 134 pounds. Born January 6, 1974. Also known as Killer B. Blood type is B. Dislikes crime, M. Bison, soup, and pants. Yep, I can definitely see that. Clone from M. Bison's genetics and agent of Delta Red.
Of his dolls, a group of brainwashed teenage girls trained to be ruthless, unstoppable assassins.
What happens if all their cycles sink?
Oh, God.
Leadership roles come not just from her skills as a killer, but also because she just so happens to be a female clone of Bison himself.
How does that happen?
It gets weirder. Aware his...
Okay, before we get into the weirdness of him, this is what I was saying when, in the episode where M. Bison got his fight. You know, dude's good side got ejected from him and became a chick. Dude made a female clone of himself that he wants to transport his soul or essence or whatever into. I'm not judging, but I feel like the guy's trying to tell us something.
Bison himself.
How does that happen?
It gets weirder. Aware his psycho power was deteriorating his current body, Bison planned to possess hers.
I have a lot of questions.
Cammy served Bison blindly until she met the mystical yogi Dhalsim, who used his power to grant her something she never had, willpower and self-awareness.
Realizing that Bison is actually the bad guy, Cammy joined the Delta Red British Special Forces and the fight against Shadowloo.
With her training from both camps, Cammy is deadly up close with ruthless sweeping attacks, keeping her foes on the defensive.
She can rush like a
Spiral Arrow, Cannon Spike, Cannon Strike, Hooligan Combination, Cross Stinger Assault, Cammy Quick Combination, or QCQ.
Drill with Spiral Arrow, a move so...
I just said... God damn, I don't know why I always... CQC. I don't know why I keep putting the Q before the C. I think it just sounds better. I've done that with something... I did that with something else earlier.
So agile it passes under projectiles. Her hooligan approach
with ruthless sweeping attacks, keeping her foes on the defensive.
She can rush like a drill with Spiral Arrow, a move so agile it passes under projectiles. Her hooligan approach flips through the air like some sort of deranged spider monkey to lay the smackdown in a ton of ways, like the fatal leg twister, which is fatal.
She also uses her Cannon Spike and Cannon Strike to control the flow of battle.
And like most cannons, Cammy's signature attacks have higher caliber versions.
Well, being a clone of Bison, she does have latent psycho power abilities, a dark energy fueled by evil and hatred.
Sure, but I was talking about...
see that kind of stuff, I think that's probably going to make the difference. I think that's probably what's going to give her the ability to beat Sonya.
About her EX and super moves.
Oh, of course, like the deadly cross-stinger assault, or the Cammy quick combination.
Get it? CQC!
With which she snaps her opponent's bones not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Damn.
She's also an expert knife thrower, agile enough to dodge bullets, and for a 134-pound secret agent Barbie, is pretty damn strong. I mean, she can kick cars to death and stood up after falling out of an airplane.
She's survived...
Kicked a car to death, survived a fall out of an airplane, took a blow from Balrog, and that dude can he can kill elephants, I'm pretty sure, with a single punch. Assassinated the Prime Minister, kicked a man through a train, survived a fall from a 3rd-story window, knocked out Balrog with a kick to the face, and dodged point-blank gunfire.
Blows from the world-class boxer Balrog, a fighter so strong he once killed an elephant with a single punch. Elephants are known to frequently smash down trees with their skulls, which means they can withstand a force of over 10,000 pounds.
That's like getting hit in the face with a truck!
Unfortunately, despite being a clone of one of the deadliest people on the planet, Cammy isn't a perfect warrior. Her control of psycho power in particular is extremely limited at best, usually only manifesting during times of extreme rage. And many of her moves can leave her vulnerable if misfired.
Oh.
Still, I'd think twice before picking a street fight with Cammy White. She's got legs and she knows how to use them. And damn, what an ass!
Ah!
I knew it was coming. I knew it was gonna happen. You can't resist, you motherfucker.
Legs and she knows how to use them. And damn, what an ass!
Ah!
I know. Take your $5. Still worth it.
Told you couldn't go the whole script without mentioning it.
Wiz, if I could die and come back, it would be as that leotard.
Jesus.
You can skip the trip down memory lane. Tell me who you want me to kill.
Sonya Blade.
As a young girl, Sonya Blade idolized her Marine father and enlisted to follow in his footsteps. By the age of 26, she was a member of a U.S. Special Forces unit in pursuit of the criminal Kano.
Which ended up being a lot more trouble than she expected when she found herself in a tournament fighting gods.
Full name, Sonya Blade. Age 51. Height of 5'9", 140 pounds. Was born in Austin, Texas. Is a U.S. Sorry, getting my breathing under control. Alright, yeah. Born in Austin, Texas, U.S. Special Forces General, co-founder of Outer World Investigation Agency, and is, oh my god, they did combat style. That's funny. Anyway, she knows Kempo and Taekwondo.
Demons and monsters, all while movie star Johnny Cage tried to get in her band.
This was Mortal Kombat, a tournament decreed by elder gods where a realm, or alternate dimension, may challenge another realm for world-conquering rights. Sonya joined the Defenders of Earthrealm to stop the evil Shao Kahn's world domination, and succeeded.
But most of them died, except for Sonya and Johnny, of course, who married and had a kid. Lucky Johnny, I'd love to settle down with a lady that has such an impressive resume and kicking ass.
Sonya has decades of combat experience that's prepared her for pretty much anything. She's fought cyborg ninjas. Her Kenpo and Taekwondo training emphasizes speed, agility, and defense. And she shows her mastery by leaping into the air, grabbing foes with her legs, and slamming them down in a backflip faster than the blink of an eye.
She's got Kali sticks, a wind blade, frag grenades, smoke grenades.
Windblade, Kali sticks, garrote wire, grenades, smoke, stun, and frag, attack drone, and an energy bracelet.
Stun grenade and a garrote wire for silent kills. But my favorite is her high-tech bracelet, which lets her hover in the air and shoots lasers!
It even controls a remote drone, complete with a cutting beam, perfect camouflaging systems, machine guns, even RPGs.
I think I'm in love.
With what, the drone? Sonya?
Dronia.
I'd think twice about that, though. Most guys wouldn't dare lock lips with a woman who has moves like Fire Kiss.
Cartwheel, with a K. Leg grab, inverted bicycle kick, garrote parry, energy rings, fatality, fire kiss, crush kiss, slice kiss, scissor split, poison kiss, and headhunter.
Crush kiss, slice kiss, poison kiss, or the kiss of death.
Yeah, plus she's strong enough to rip a guy in half with just her legs, and I don't know if I want to be in between that.
In the early 1800s, it was common practice to tie criminals between horses, which pulled them apart. Except even 4 horses playing tug of war don't often have the strength to rip people in half. Yet Sonya can do so with ease.
Impressive! Almost as impressive as karate chopping a steel anvil.
Music is really loud for this part, right? Not just me that thinks that.
It's as ridiculous as it looks. Assuming the anvil is made of common steel, it would take over 90,000 pounds per square inch of force to break. To compare, 1969 boxing champion Ernie Shavers delivered the strongest punch in boxing history at 1,600 psi, meaning Sonya's punch has over 56 times...
Ripped people in half with her legs, punched an anvil in half, almost choked Kano to death, defeated Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Jax, and Quan Chi back-to-back, survived Sindel's sonic screams, shot a man in the head without looking, survived a helicopter crash, and defeated Jade and Katana in a 2-on-1 fight.
More power than the hardest-hitting boxer ever known.
No wonder she was strong enough to take down Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Jax, and even Quan Chi, ruler of the Netherrealm, back-to-back!
Of course, throughout decades of military experience, she has made plenty of mistakes. Her short fuse has gotten herself and her troops in trouble more than once. And while her tech and weaponry lets her keep up with otherworldly warriors, a smart opponent can use her over-reliance on gadgets against her.
Still, there's something pretty special about a lady who can rip a guy in half without breaking a sweat.
We need a strategic plan of attack.
I got one! Combat time!
The fuck is combat time? I'm glad I never watched whatever the fuck that was.
Alright, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
In custody. Who are you? You amateur. What organization do you work for?
Let's call it enhanced training.
Get in my way and pay the price.
Spoiler alert, you lose. From my foot to your ass.
Right.
Spiral arrow! Ha! Yeah! Here's a present for you.
Get with the program, kiddo.
Oh.
Won't lose.
Get cover, get the cover. Oh, looks like Cammy's gonna lose. I was thinking her psycho power would let her win, but she's about to die.
Not as tough as you look.
Finish her!
I've got this son of a bitch. Always gotta be the hard way.
Fatality.
KO! Fatality!
Cammy might have had an edge in speed and agility, but Sonya's far superior strength, arsenal, tactics, and experience overwhelmed her.
Sonya's fought opponents who have led armies and conquered worlds, and
Fair.
taken them on back to back. Sure, Cammy's done the same, just never against quite such an impressive lineup.
Sonya has about 10 years worth of military experience over Cammy, and it's not like she was pushing papers all that time. When she wasn't chasing down war criminals on her own, she was a longtime leader against multiple interdimensional invasions. Cammy did a lot with Delta Red, but nothing which stacks up to Sonya's resume.
And hey, Cammy's durability of an elephant is impressive. But you know what's tougher than that? Solid steel.
True, and while Cammy was adept at dodging projectiles, she couldn't keep it up against Sonya's large arsenal attacking from multiple angles at once.
Looks like Cammy's only half the woman Sonya is.
The winner is Sonya Blade.
And we got one more for this episode, guys. Tracer versus Scout. Overwatch versus Team Fortress 2. I've actually played a little bit of both. I don't really like shooter games. I'm not a big shooter guy. There are some exceptions. Borderlands, Mass Effect, they're both pretty good. Anyway, Tracer versus Scout. I think I'm gonna go with Tracer. I know she's got time manipulation abilities and stuff. Meanwhile, I feel like Team Fortress 2, there was a lot of crazy stuff in like the videos and stuff like that. And I think there's comics too that got released at some point. But I feel like it's a bit more grounded than Overwatch is. Like Overwatch has like people who are basically like superheroes and supervillains almost. Whereas Team Fortress 2, it's more like they were mercenaries and they just had special kind of abilities because like each class had to have special shit. Yeah, so that's my vote. I'm going with Tracer. I think Scout's gonna lose this one, but we'll see. See what they got to say.
To be the elite, you must surround yourself with the best of the best. Whether you band together to save the world, or just a worthless plot of land.
And every good team needs a good hit and runner.
Like Tracer, the spunky agent of Overwatch.
And the Scout, the Boston-born merc of Team Fortress. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. 30 years from the present, mankind would become careless. Their machine servants rose up to fight for freedom, and so began a worldwide war.
But one organization stood between world peace and total chaos. Overwatch, a team consisting of the world's greatest scientists, cyborgs, ninjas, cowboys, and pilots.
Including Lena Oxton, codenamed Tracer. The youngest pilot ever inducted into Overwatch's flight program.
Real name, Lena Oxton. Age 26, 5'4", born in London, England. Became a full member of Overwatch at the age of 21. Agent ID is 3945_50. Specializations in hit and run tactics. And her favorite catchphrase is, "Cheers, love, the cavalry's here."
Tracer is a free-spirited and fearless flying ace, always laughing in the face of danger.
After helping to secure world peace, no big deal, right?
Yeah.
She was chosen to test a new prototype fighter jet, which could teleport.
But then everything went horribly wrong. Instead of teleporting from point A to B, the fighter jet accidentally transported her through time.
How do you accidentally create a time machine and put it in a fighter jet?
A word to the wise, this is why you use animals before moving to human trials, like I always do. Anyway, Tracer essentially existed as a ghost, uncontrollably phasing in and out of time. It looked like Overwatch's prized pilot would be decommissioned forever.
Until her teammate, good friend, and gorilla scientist Winston made a special techno doohickey to keep her locked in the present.
This chronal accelerator doesn't just anchor Tracer's time displacement, it also gives her 2 different ways to manipulate her own time flow. In a near instant, she can zoom approximately 23 feet away. This blink ability is not true teleportation, but instead speeds up time only for Tracer while propelling her in any given direction.
What?
She can briefly jump herself forward in time, though from an outside view it looks like a blur.
Got it.
More than that, she can also reverse time for herself with the recall ability, which returns Tracer's health and spatial position back to where they were a few seconds.
Heroes of the Storm, guys. Pretty good game. Pretty sure that's what this shit is.
Before. While usually recall only turns back 3 seconds, in some instances she's gone as far back as 15.
Well, thank God her weapons aren't as confusing as that shit. She carries dual rapid-fire pulse pistols as her...
Chronal Accelerator. Blink boosts user in any direction. Blinks recharge every 3 seconds. Recall rewinds herself time. Pulse Pistol draws power from her accelerator. 20 rounds per pistol. Pulse Bomb, blast radius of 10 feet, and charges over time.
Primary pain dispensers. Each can empty 20 rounds in a single second.
But what the pulse pistols have in power, they sorely lack in range and accuracy.
Good thing she also has her pulse bombs. I'll put it this way, pretty much anybody she sticks this thing to has exactly 2 seconds to make their peace before going to the big capture point in the sky.
Tracer maximizes her unique weaponry with hit-and-run tactics, frustrating her enemies and making her very difficult to pin down.
Yeah, in addition to
She's cool, but I like Widowmaker better. I'm more of a sniper.
blinking and recalling all over the place, she can jump 15 feet in the air.
She's disarmed the highly trained and literally cold-blooded assassin Widowmaker.
Survive time displacement, can avoid sniper fire, successfully disarmed Widowmaker, can jump over 10 feet, defeated Widowmaker and Reaper, survived a 3-story fall, and helped end the Omnic crisis.
Protected the Doomfist Gauntlet from theft, and even once avoided a sniper shot from just 30 feet away. A sniper round usually travels almost 1,800 miles per hour when fired, meaning Tracer had to react within 1/100th of a second.
Unfortunately, that bullet found another target. Rest in peace, Robot Gandhi.
Although Tracer is a slippery opponent on the battlefield, her chronal accelerator has its limits. If used too many times in succession, it can overheat, forcing Tracer to wait for a recharge. As her pistols are linked to the accelerator, this can sometimes cause them to overload as well.
Plus, she's a pilot first, and not exactly a crack shot while on foot. If she doesn't get in close, she's not hitting anything but air.
In spite of that, Tracer doesn't let any of it get her down. Wherever there's danger, she'll be there in a blink of an eye with a cocky smile and a barrage of bullets.
Wait, whatever happened to that time-warping fighter jet?
I don't know.
Good question, actually.
Don't worry, loves. Cavalry's here.
Classic catchphrase.
In the year 1850, an extremely wealthy entrepreneur passed away, leaving his family land and business to his 2 sons. But like brothers are prone to do, they ended up fighting over each other's land right off the bat.
This went on for decades, and then the brothers began recruiting mercenaries to literally wage war. And that's when things really got out of control.
These 2 lovely ladies help coordinate the massive landlord let the mercs fight every day. Those are secretly working for both sides. Oh yeah, super secretly. That's why they're dressed in purple, right? But the brothers and the mercs don't know that, so keep it under your head. Who the fuck are you, dude? In fact, burn your computer after you read this. No, I need this computer.
Each hired gun contributed with their own specialized expertise.
The sniper killed from afar, the engineer slaughtered with machines, and the heavy mowed people down with the biggest goddamn gun they'd ever seen. What kind of sandwiches were they feeding that guy?
But one every man only relied on his cunning, his 2 feet, and a baseball bat. This was the Scout. Born in Boston, Massachusetts in the 1950s, the mercenary only...
Real name unknown. Born Boston, Massachusetts. Height 5'10", the youngest of 8 boys, an expert in hit-and-run tactics, self-proclaimed ladies' man, and knows how to tango.
Known as Scout, was the runt among 7 older brothers.
And all of them loved to wander the town looking for a good fight. Problem was, Scout's brothers were so big and tough, the fights would be over before he could get the chance to throw his own punches.
Desperate to fight alongside his siblings, Scout realized that what he lacked in strength, he could make up for in speed.
So he started running, and running, and running until one day he was fast enough to not only keep up, but get ahead.
Speed was his moniker, delivering pain was his game, and somewhere along the way he even learned how to jump off of thin air.
Damn.
Suddenly, the pathetic runt of the pack became the smart-mouthed terror of Boston.
Grass grows, birds fly, sun shines, and brother, I hurt people.
The only thing he was lacking was discipline, which he could get in the military, but that didn't sound like any fun, so he became a mercenary instead. Scout travels light, relying on a lovely shotgun and
Baseball bat, winger pistol, 5 rounds and increases his jump height. Scatter shot shotgun, which has 6 rounds. The Force of Nature shotgun, which only carries 2 rounds. Flying guillotine butcher knife, okay. And Bonk atomic punch grants 8 seconds of invulnerability, makes firearms unusable, and contains at minimum 11 pounds of sugar. But yeah, see, that's what I was talking about. Most of it's just regular guns and stuff. You know, because they're mercs, but they've got some special abilities to make them, you know, unique, and it's not just another shooter game. You know, he's got double jump, he's got vulnerability.
a baseball bat. Yes, a baseball bat. This guy is crazy enough to try and take out a rocket launcher wielding soldier with a pop fly.
Which surprisingly works. Opponents are stunned by the size of his balls, both literally and figuratively, leaving them open for Scout to race up and finish them off with his guns.
Well, he's got a pistol for pinpoint accuracy. Scout's favorite tools for killing are definitely shotguns. The scatter gun is a confusing miracle of shotgun engineering that can somehow hold 6 shots in a double barrel, and is reloaded via divine intervention when you pull its lever. It's like the baby of a shotgun rifle and a revolver. But his most powerful gun is the Force of Nature, a shotgun that only has 2 shots, but kicks so hard it can boost him even higher into the air.
Regardless, a well-placed shot can quickly take down almost any other mercenary. To make the Force of Nature even more ridiculous, he can strap a can of energy drink called Bonk Atomic Punch to it, which somehow gives him 5 more mid-air jumps.
That's right.
Damn.
This guy flies with shotguns. But that's not all the soda has to offer. With just a sip of Bonk, Scout becomes totally invincible for 8 seconds. But he can't use any of his guns at that time.
Probably due to the shakes. Bonk contains several hundred times
that time.
Probably due to the shakes. Bonk contains...
Running rings around all them molasses slow dummies out there on the battlefield is thirsty frickin' work, but when it comes to quenching that thirst, only one thermonuclear thirst detonator packs all the atomic punch you'll ever need. Bonk is full of radiation, which, as we all know, is pretty great for giving people superpowers. Just one can will blast you into a few second rush of radioactive energy so powerful you'll be dodging bullets like they ain't even there. Note, Bonk contains several hundred times the daily recommended allowance of sugar. After the beneficial effects of the radiation wear off, drinkers have reported experiencing feelings of lethargy that can last several seconds. Reading the sentence absolves Bonk of any liability for killing sprees inspired by or deaths resulting from the ingestion of Bonk. Enjoy Bonk responsibly. Or by the case.
Several hundred times the daily recommended sugar intake. An adult male's suggested daily dosage is 25 grams, meaning Bonk contains, at minimum, 11 pounds of sugar.
Damn.
So much sugar he can't take another drink for at least 20 seconds. And on top of that, it's radioactive.
You gotta have one tough body to handle that stuff. tough enough to survive the onslaught of 3 rockets at once, or to swing a baseball bat hard enough to send a guy flying 80 feet away.
Possibly due to long-term bonk exposure, but testing is still out.
Scout can defeat foes as strong as the heavy in close quarters combat.
Damn, killed a bear with 1 strike, survived 3 rockets, helped kill the bread monster. What the fuck? Survives frequent use of Bonk Atomic Punch, defeated the heavy in close quarters combat, can outrun Sentry Gun auto-targeting, and survived having a dove surgically embedded into his chest. I remember that.
Run 17 miles an hour for long periods of time, and even kill a bear with nothing but a hot dog suit and Amelia Earhart skeleton. I'm serious.
He has a knack for avoiding bullets, missiles, and even tentacles from a bread monster, but at the cost of wearing little to no armor, making him a glass cannon. And true to his reckless, unrestrained personality, Scout often runs headfirst into battle, regardless of the risk.
But if you want to take down the Scout, you're gonna have to catch him before he catches you. And that means you too, ladies.
That's right, Fancy Pants, myself. So why don't you take your little failure, roll it up sideways, and... Okay, crap, I gotta go. Screw you, though.
Bro.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, I'm feeling pretty hungry. If only there was some sort of amazing...
Yeah, an ad for Blue Apron. Used to see those everywhere.
Toast! Whoa!
Of course.
Hello.
I'm barking up the wrong tree, dude. She plays for the other team. And I don't mean that, like, video game-wise. She's a lesbian, guys.
If I told you you had a great bod, would you hold it against me?
That's nice. I was just leaving.
Oh, sure thing. Come back anytime. Just, put that briefcase back before you go. Thanks.
Sorry, love. Overwatch needs this more than you do.
How you doing that?
Bombs away!
Oh, that's just great. Supposedly, this stuff will liquefy your esophagus after just one can, but, you know, it's also very handy when
you have 8 seconds. Stop talking.
That's not very fair.
Listen, sweetheart. I never play fair.
That was a cold line. Oh no.
Bollocks!
About to get clobbered. Oh shit.
That at the plate. It's out of the park.
Just rewind.
All right, doll. Fun's over.
Not yet, mate. The cavalry's there.
Yeah.
Shit.
And have a bomb.
Aw, come on, give me a...
Well, that was fun.
Looks like it.
KO! And he's out!
Scout was fast and tough, but Tracer's unique arsenal and evasiveness pulled her ahead.
Scout's greatest feat was potentially surviving an assault from 3 rockets at once. However, the rocket's point of impact is never directly shown, and since direct hits from rockets regularly obliterate far tougher mercs, it's unreasonable to assume this was any different.
Scout could sprint up to 17 miles an hour for an extended period of time, which is slightly faster than the average human's 15 miles per hour. But Tracer's natural reactive instinct gave her the edge. For example, avoiding that sniper round from 30 feet away means she can react 25 times faster than the vast majority of other human beings.
Which means Tracer could avoid almost anything Scout threw at her. Even when she couldn't, her recall ability not only helped her survive, but effectively ruined any of Scout's elements of surprise.
This allowed Tracer plenty of opportunities to take him out.
And just like that, Scout was gone, without a trace.
The winner is Tracer.
Alright. Well, that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. Check back next time. I'll have 5 more death battles to check out. Like, subscribe, give Death Battle their love, because, they deserve it. They work hard doing all this shit. I'm just reacting to their stuff. It's a lot easier. Yeah, so peace out, guys. Enjoy, your night, your day, whatever.